Hi, the topic that we are going to discuss today is the limitations of the conventional mobile telephone systems. That is, we are going to discuss the major factors that led to the advancement of the mobile communication technology. The conventional mobile telephone system, or the traditional one, emerged as a primitive one. Let's have a look onto the drawbacks of conventional mobile telephone systems. They can be listed as limited service capability, poor service performance, and inefficient frequency spectrum utilization. Moving on to the first topic, limited service capability. This is a diagrammatic representation of a conventional mobile system. Here, this is shown as the first cell site, and this will be another cell site. A geographic zone, or we can say it as a cell, uses one or more channels from a specific frequency allocation. If this mobile unit, here it is indicated as a vehicle, if this is moving within this cell, it can utilize this frequency. But consider the situation, this vehicle is moving from one cell site to another one. What happens here is the channel allotted for this cell site is different. So when this enters into this cell site, the call gets disconnected. And if this unit has to continue the call, it has to reinitiate the call. That is, the user have to make a call once again. This symbol is used here to represent the reinitiating condition. That is, whenever a unit is traveling from one cell site to another, it has to reinitiate the call. You might have heard of the term handoff. Here in this conventional telephone system, the handoff mechanism cannot be obtained. With a handoff mechanism, a mobile unit is smoothly handed over to another cell site without disconnecting the call. So the major drawback of this traditional mobile system is the lack of handoff mechanism. It has got some other drawbacks too. Each geographical area that is controlled by a transmitting tower is called a cell. And here we have larger cells. The problem with having a larger cell is that the antenna which is handling the signal should transmit with very high power. We know handling very high powers will create so many undesirable effects, including health hazards. Another drawback is that the system can handle only a limited number of active users. With such a limited service capability, we were forced to switch on to another cell concept termed as cellular concept. Other than handling a very large geographical area, here in the cellular concept, we'll be having smaller cells and each cell will be handling low power signals. Let's move on to the next limitation of conventional system, that is, it is having a poor service performance. Let's consider the case of some primitive mobile telephone systems that was available earlier. The first type is the mobile telephone service, which is commonly called as MTS. Another type is improved mobile telephone service, which is commonly called as MJ system, and another improved mobile telephone service was also there. It is called MK systems. The operating range of these systems are mentioned here. MTS system works around the range 40 MHz, MJ system around 150 MHz, and MK at 450 MHz. The number of channels owned by each system is also mentioned here. MTS system owned 11 channels. MJ system was also having 11 channels, and MK system owned 12 channels. And altogether, the available number of channels were only 33. And these 33 channels was covering an area 15 miles in diameter. For having a detailed picture of these mobile telephone system, let's consider the case of New York City in 1976. In New York City, MJ system was having 6 channels and it could serve 320 customers at a time. And with MK system, it was also having 6 channels and it could serve 225 customers. And during busy hours, so many customers had to wait for making a call. The number of customers on a waiting list during busy hour with MJ system was 2400 and with MK system was 1300. Now we can't even consider such a great number waiting for making a call. But this was the situation at that time. We can mention the defects of this system as it is having a high blocking probability during busy hours. But still, the demand went on increasing. The number of users kept on increasing. So there was a great pressure to develop a high capacity system for mobile communication. We are discussing the limitations of conventional mobile telephone systems. The first one was limited service capability. Second, poor service performance. And moving on to the third category, inefficient frequency spectrum utilization. In order to measure the frequency utilization, we are using a term MO. MO is the maximum number of customers that could be served by one channel at the busy hour. That means it can be related as MO is equal to number of customers per channel. With this quantity, we can measure the frequency utilization of each mobile telephone system. That means we'll be calculating it as how many customers could be served during a busy hour. For MJ system, it is calculated as 53 customers per channel, and for MK system, 37 customers per channel. We are considering one more quantity, the offered load. It is represented using the letter A, and L length is the unit of traffic density. We can calculate the load as average calling time, which is represented in minutes, into total number of customers divided by 60 minutes. For calculation, we are assuming an average calling time of 1.76 minutes. Let's calculate the load offered by MG system. We'll be substituting the value average calling time as 1.76. And for the value of total customers, we can consider this MO value into account. MO value says that it is handling 53 customers per channel. For each channel, the number of customers accommodated is 53. And for a MJ system, the number of channels handled was 6. So we can write the term total customers as 53 customers per channel into 6 channels divided by 60. And we'll be getting the answer as 9.33 lengths. Similarly, we can calculate the offered load of MK system as A2 is equal to average time 1.76 into total number of customers 37 per channel into 6 channels divided by 60. Here it is obtained as 6.51 lengths. With these values, we can calculate the blocking probability. The blocking probability of an MJ system with 6 channels and 9.33 lengths will be 50%. Can you imagine a 50% blocking probability? For an example, consider 4 users trying to make their calls. 2 are allowed to complete their calls and 2 are left behind in waiting list. These 2 people should wait there until the call of other 2 is completed. Nowadays, we can't even imagine such a situation. And the interesting thing is that the average calling time was fixed as 1.76 minutes. And we know that this is not at all the average calling time of these present days. So if the actual average calling time is greater than 1.76 minutes, then the blocking probability can be even higher. The 50% can go even higher. Similar case with calculations, we'll get the blocking probability of MK system as 30%. One remedial measure that can be taken to reduce the blocking probability is we must decrease the value of MO. So to decrease the value of MO means the number of users should be kept even lower. It is clear that the conventional system does not utilize the spectrum efficiently. That is, each channel can only serve one customer at a time in a whole area. So there was immediate need to move on to newer technologies. So experts were thinking of having spectrum efficiency, that is, with a limited radio frequency spectrum, high usage was expected. Some of the techniques for utilizing the maximum available bandwidth are single sideband technique, cellular concept, and frequency hopped spread spectrum technique. The SSB technique divides the allocated frequency band into a maximum number of channels. The spread spectrum technique generates many codes over a wide frequency band. And with the cellular concept, we can reuse the allocated frequency band in different geographic locations. And in the coming sessions, we will be concentrating more on this cellular concept. Thank you for watching.